I would like to open a bank account, but first I would like a little information on banks.
Certainly.
What are banks for?
To make money.
For the customers.
For the banks.
Why doesn't bank advertisement mention this?
It would not be in good taste. But it is mentioned by implication in references to reserves of $249 million, money we have made.
Out of the customers.
I suppose so.
You also mention assets of $500 million or thereabouts. Have you made that too?
Not exactly. That is the money we use to make money.
I see. And you keep it in a safe somewhere?
Not at all. We lend it to customers.
Then you haven't got it?
Nope.
Then how is it assets?
We maintain that it would be if we got it back.
But you must have some money in a safe somewhere?
About $500 million. This is called liabilities.
But if you got it, how can you be liable for it?
Because it isn't ours.
Then why do you have it?
It has been lent to us by customers.
You mean customers lend banks money?
In effect, they put money into their accounts, so it is really lent to the banks.
And what do the banks do with it?
Lend it to other customers, of course.
But you said that money you lend to other people was assets.
Yes.
Then assets and liabilities must be the same thing?
You can't really say that.
But you've just said it. If I put $100 into my account, the bank is liable to have to pay it back, so it's liabilities. But you go and lend it to someone else, and he is liable to pay it back, so it's assets. It's the same $100, isn't it?
Yes. But
then it cancels out. It means that banks haven't really any money at all?
theoretically,
Never mind theoretically. And if they haven't any money, where do they get the reserves of $249 million?
I told you. That is the money we have made.
How?
Well, when we lend your $100 to someone, we charge him interest.
How much?
It depends on the bank rate. Say 0.5%.
Why isn't it my profit? Isn't it my money?
It's the theory of banking practice that.
When I lend them my $100, why don't I charge them interest?
You do.
You don't say. How much, Einstein?
It depends on the bank rate. Say 0.5%.
Grasping of me, rather?
But that's only if you're not going to draw the money out again.
But of course, I'm going to draw it out again. If I hadn't wanted to draw it out again, I could have buried it in the garden, couldn't I?
We wouldn't like you to draw it out again.
Why not? If I keep it there, you say it's a liability. Wouldn't you be glad if I reduced your liabilities by removing it?
No. Because if you remove it, we can't lend it to someone else.
But if I wanted to remove it, you'd have to let me?
Certainly.
But suppose you've already lent it to another customer.
Then we'll let you have someone else's money.
But suppose he wants his too. And you've let me have it. What if everyone wanted their money at once?
It's the theory of banking practice that there never would.
So what banks bank on is not having to meet their commitments?
I wouldn't say that.
Naturally. Well, if there's nothing else you can think, you can tell me.
Quite so. Now what kind of account would you like to open? A checking or savings?
Neither. I would rather open a bank.